Hello, folks. This is my reaction to another debacle of more Burnley nil, Bournemouth 2, and that's 11 defeats in 14 home games. Another game without Burnley scoring. Another game where Burnley shoot themselves in the foot. Another game where Burnley off and puff and failed to pull the house down. Another game where Burnley have had much of the play, especially in the first half, played well, had three opportunities to score goals, had two from Brunhausen, especially a spectacular free kick. Uh, and then one where it was unfortunately blocked, and Fofana has to bury the free header he has. But how many times are we going to see Burnley just make mistakes, shoot ourselves in the foot, and opposition in Bournemouth who came simply to do nothing more than to soak up the pressure that we throw at them, and then Burnley crumble at the first sign of adversity. Midfield running for the goal, which was Bournemouth's first attack of the game. Esteve and O'Shea calamitously left the ball to each other, and a man found a way in between them. They let the ball bounce, and they don't take responsibility, and before you know it, it's 1-0 to Bournemouth. And from then, the writing was on the wall. You knew that the confidence was so low, so broken, that one goal for Bournemouth had the ability to zip the life out of Burnley, because Burnley were, purposeful, dynamic, and moving the ball well in the first 20 minutes of the game, and we continued to do so for the first half. But, you know, errors, no leadership on the pitch, Vincent Company's stubbornness to degrade Manuel Benson again by only giving him 15 minutes is ridiculous. Josh Cullen made somewhat of a difference and gave us more control in midfield. And if I was choosing two men of the match, I thought Vitinho was everywhere and dynamic, and played with a real passion and drive to get on the ball. But he is what he is when he gets into the final third. There was a couple of times where he backed off at the wrong moment and snatched these shots, but at least he played with some gusto, because the rest of the players are guilty of just leaving it to everyone else to try and make the impact. How many times do we have the ball on the edge of the Bournemouth area where it was crying out for someone to put the foot through it, and they just left the responsibility to someone else to take on the baton? There's no personal responsibility, no leadership, no maturity, and we're as easy as folding a pack of cards. Bournemouth did absolutely nothing. They were pants. They were bereft of confidence. It was clear to see that they were desperate for the results, and all they did was just come, sit, and wait. Because all you have to do against Burnley is just keep yourself in the game, put men behind the ball, and wait to launch on the counter attack, because we don't have the capacity to manage a game, and simple things like one direct ball up the pitch make our defenders chase the ball into the channels, turn us around, and it's the easiest formula that you could ever ask for to score a goal against us. It reminds me so much of the Crystal Palace game this way. We were the better team in overall play and controlled the ball. But quite frankly, it's like waiting for your birthday on a leap year when you're born on February 29th. Technically, you only have one birthday every 4 years. I'm waiting for this Burnley team to score a goal or even sustain any meaningful amount of pressure. You're pissing in the wind, and it's the season categorically over with. even though, we've still not got the red line by our names. If we were going to show any sort of endeavour or purpose about trying to survive, it had to come today against a team who have been low on form and really, you know, they hadn't won since Boxing Day prior to today, and here come Burnley, and then they're not going to have an easier afternoon of sitting off the ball, soaking up our very tame pressure, our, children who are not fit for purpose in the Premier League. Bournemouth were dirty, and once the late challenges came, I'm afraid you could see that the players, physically shrank in confidence with the late challenges that came in. And unfortunately, as much as we dominated most of the game, quite frankly, uh, in the second half, Bournemouth had that many near attempts that we could easily be staring down the barrel of a 3 or 4 nil defeat here. And it's just like, the script, that there's 2 or 3 ways that this team could lose a game. We can either be diabolical, like against Arsenal, like against Spurs, Chelsea, or we can try our best, like against City, like against United, like against Liverpool, or we can give it our very best on occasion, but still sink because we can't manage a game. We're not experienced enough and we're physically weak. And the writing's been on the wall since October, November, so there's no point in ranting now. But this team was never fit for purpose. It looks like a collection of individuals. There's no chemistry. They don't even look like they know or like each other. Uh, I don't personally feel like Vincent Company tries to do anything different from week to week. I feel like I spent about 15 minutes in that 90-minute game with the ball at James Trafford's feet, with him standing on the ball, letting Bournemouth get set into a structured shape when it was crying out for him to make a fast, incisive ball forward. And all the time that happened, we were losing momentum. There was much too much sideways passing around the back, and nobody, apart from Sander Berge, was the only one who was like trying to grab the ball by the scruff of the neck, really, and it's disappointing all round. Really audible boos at full time. We keep hoping that the tide will change and that Burnley will give us something from week to week. And maybe I'm getting past the point of anger because as the games roll on and the losses stack up, maybe I've just got to, rather than getting angry, just upset that this is what it is. We're going to get relegated, and for sure that's obvious. But I'm expecting pride, passion, challenges, players telling each other off on the pitch, giving each other a flame here and demanding better. But that is just not there within the personnel of the group, and we're going down with not even, never mind a fight, not even a whimper, barely even a cry, because the players just look like they wanted to all just swallow them up at the end of the game. And I personally think we're getting so very near to the fact of the matter of it being untenable for Vincent Company now at the club. I do want to be in next season. I'll never lose my love and respect and the memories that were created last season. I will carry to my grave as a Burnley fan, but they're becoming such distant memories. And how can you get pummeled every week in the same ways without even laying a glove on the opponent, and then all of a sudden, through the course of a summer, just expect to turn on your philosophy of champagne attacking, attractive, dominant football in the next league, because the players are just going to be drained of confidence, and are the messages even getting through anymore? I don't personally think so. You know, it's painful watching James Trafford differ on the ball and the way that the crowd were reacting to him. I feel sorry for him as a young individual, but we're harming him. It's not even about Burnley Football Club anymore. It's about the fact that we're risking this, you know, punishment and putting, frankly, child and goalkeeping terms on the pitch is hurting him for his future, and he might not ever recover at this point. That's as serious as it is. The loan signings have come in the way of Asinon, Esteve, and Fofana. They're no better than what we already had at the club previously, in my opinion. I don't think Fafana is a supreme talent or in any way a saviour. I thought his touch was poor today, and to an extent that he was physically anonymous. And there's not much that I can really say positive about any of the team. It's just we all know we're down. We keep expecting fight that's not there. Once we concede a goal, that's it. And frankly, it's a knife through butter all the time when it comes to our opponents. Just Cullen or Vitino were the ones who looked like they cared on the field. Odegaard was very, very weak. I wish Manuel Benson would have had more time. And what we doing? What was the game plan? What do we do from week to week in training? Because I don't know, and I'm sick of going into these games against my better judgment as a silly fan, hoping for the best, but full well knowing, like I've watched the same film 1,000 times before and I know the ending that's coming. I personally fear that we'll be very lucky if we get to 20 points at this rate, and I just hope that we don't completely capitulate, because I'm not putting it beyond the realms of possibility that we could well be the worst team in the Premier League by the end of the season. Our goal difference to Sheffield United is narrowing all the time. I think we've only conceded 6 or 7 less than them yet. We've still got to go to Bramall Lane, and we have a terrible record there. I won't be surprised if we lose. So that game was set to be the game of the wooden spoon race. But that's about all I've got to say. I'm very disappointed. I'm sure every Burnley fan is. Is Vincent Company going to last out the season? Because surely if we keep humiliating ourselves in this way every week, the chance of him being given a grace the next season might get less. The boos were very vociferous and angry at the final whistle. I'm still Company in, but I can't really tell you why, other than the season that he gave us last season, and he's proved what he can do in the next league once. But there's no difference from week to week. When we make changes on the pitch, it doesn't make any impact. All the players are about as impactful as each other. We're chronically bad at both ends. Our passing is too slow. We've got a keeper who doesn't instill any confidence in his defenders. Our best striker hasn't been able to feature for enough of his own. And then we've got skillful wingers, but they don't impact football matches in a proper way. Some of the crossing today was abysmal. Yeah, it's just a sad time to be a Burnley fan. So that'll do for me from now. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Leave me your thoughts and opinions, and I'll be back to do a watch along of Sheffield United and Arsenal tomorrow, which at the moment, watching general other football matches is a lot more bloody exciting than having to force yourself to speak about this Burnley team, because you have to use the term very, very loosely indeed when you're describing these players. There's no togetherness. no mentality and no structure. It looks like we're collecting individuals from a job centre and sending them out in a Burnley shirt and a pair of football boots. So that's it from me for now. Bye bye.